Why did you hide your marriage? So that's the tea. That's the tea. What is up, my beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Keara. Nice to meet you if you are new to this channel. And if you are a recurring subscriber, I love you so much. Today I'm gonna be doing a fun little answering questions I've been avoiding video. You know what's funny? I've actually been avoiding making this video, even though I was like, I should probably like get real with people, but obviously I'm avoiding it because procrastination and avoidance, am I right? So yeah, let's just get into it. I asked you guys on Instagram, what do you want to know about me, my life, my work, my family, my career, my identity? Y'all gave me some really good questions that I'm gonna have to answer now and be accountable for. So no, I'm excited. It'll be fun. If you want to follow me on Instagram, make sure you do that right now. It's Keara Graves. And if you want to follow me on TikTok, it's Keara.Graves, okay? A little preface if you're new to my channel. I am gender fluid, I am queer, and my pronouns are they, them, and she, her. Let's just, without further ado, I don't need to do a long intro. Okay. First question. Are you at the stage where you push everyone in your life to use your pronouns? Struggling with that. Honestly, I wish I could say otherwise, but I don't push people in my life to use like they, them. Willow! Excuse me, honey. She's climbing on my chair. With some of my family members, like I know they're not gonna use they, them for me, so I've kind of just given up on that. And like she, her is still fine. It doesn't bother me that much unless it's like a day where I feel like really dysphoric about she, her, but even if I did, I wouldn't say anything. I don't know, I'm not really good at correcting people at this point. Let me know if you have any tips on that, because I would love to know. I always just kind of feel like an inconvenience, and I hate to feel like a bother when making other people use my pronouns, which I know that's not like, I'm working on it, okay? So yeah, I wish I could tell you how to do that, but I do not know. Next question, have people been addressing you differently since you cut your hair? So under my email on my phone, I put like a little like automatic signature that says Keara Graves and then in brackets, they, she. When I've been doing like business and work emails and stuff like that lately, I found that people that I work with and, you know, casting directors and stuff like that actually have started to use they, them more now that I cut my hair. I just realized that that's just like society. You know, society is more likely to use they, them if you look more masculine or if you look more androgynous. But I just wish that when I had longer hair, they treated me the same. But at the same time, it is very nice for people to be using they, them as well. So I'm not complaining. It's interesting. Have you told your family about being gender fluid? If so, did they react and do they use your pronouns? The only person that I've told that I'm gender fluid, like, and had a conversation with is my sister. And my sister uses my correct pronouns and literally will text me out of the blue and be like,
is sister still okay for me to use, or should I use sibling?
Like, she's the best ally, we love her. But in terms of like my mom and dad, I'm sure they've seen stuff on Instagram and social media. Like, I'm all over the interwebs. They've seen stuff. I just haven't really like had that sit down chat with them where I'm like, I'm gender fluid, and like try to explain it to them, just because I don't know, I don't really think it's necessary right now, and I don't feel like doing it. I have told my mom though that I prefer gender neutral adjectives, and I've told her that I like using they, them, but I still don't think that like she understands how important it is to me, so she still uses she, her. Someone asked me, do you actually like she, her pronouns? That's a good question, because I feel like a lot of people assume that non-binary or gender fluid people that are like discovering more about themselves, like they'll eventually just end up using they, them, or maybe they'll go on to like he, they. If I'm being completely honest, some days I really don't mind she, her, and it feels right some days. And other days, it's just kind of meh, and like I'd rather somebody use they, them, but it's okay if they use she, her. Does that make sense?
Hi, honey.
Maybe let's like go on another topic because I've been talking about this for a long time. Next question. When did you get married? I got married November 19th of 2020. It has since been 1 year and a month. Why did you hide your marriage? I just wasn't really ready for everyone to know. I guess I was just scared of like how people would react. I didn't want to deal with the people that were like, oh, you're too young. I didn't need the negativity that I suspected would come, but it didn't even come, to be honest. Like, everyone was really happy for us, which is really good, especially you guys. You guys have been really supportive. YouTubers and influencers and stuff like that, like, they are known to share a lot about their lives, but they don't need to share everything. Some things can still be kept, you know, personal, and that's okay. And it doesn't mean that we're hiding anything. It's just that there's certain things that are too personal to put on the internet until one day you do want to put it on the internet. You know what I mean? And if you don't know that we're married, yeah, me and Lauren are married. If you don't know that, you probably don't follow me on Instagram, so just another reason to follow me on Instagram. That's the tea on our marriage, okay, you guys? Next question. Why would you say you're pan if you wouldn't date men? Have you ever thought you were just a lesbian? I have been attracted to men, and I have dated men, and I have been in love with a man. It was just a romantic love. The thing that's missing for me is like a sexual attraction to men. Other than not being sexually attracted to cis men, I'm pretty much attracted to anyone, romantically and sexually. The reason why I say I wouldn't date a man is, well, one, because I'm married, happily, and two, I know that they would have certain expectations for me about sex that I wouldn't be able to fulfill, so I don't think it would work. This actually goes straight into the next question. Well, it's not really a question, it's a statement. Updated sexuality explanation. I would say that I'm queer. It's just an easy term. I don't know, honestly, I feel like my sexuality's been a little bit fluid as well. In general, I would say I'm queer, and pansexual is also an appropriate term because it rings true for me. But yeah, that I would say that's my explanation. I've been focusing a lot on like self-discovery in terms of my gender, so I haven't been thinking a lot about my sexuality. And also, I'm in a monogamous relationship, so I don't really think about attraction to other people right now. How's your inner self been lately, and how do you deal with dysphoria or identity issues? Heart. I would actually say I'm doing pretty well. I've been actively combating seasonal depression this year, and I think it's been working pretty well. The main thing that I've been focusing more on lately is mindset work, reading, journaling, meditating, focusing on gratitude, focusing on finding joy in the small things. I think the only avenue that I haven't been like 100% good in is like my dysphoria, like you said. You already know what's in my head. I've been experiencing more dysphoria than usual lately, and more dysphoria I think I've ever had in my life, but it's still like probably not as bad as some people's dysphoria. I've fully like had crying fits in my room, but I'm working on self-love. I'm working on like learning to just love my body and adjusting where I need to adjust so that I feel comfortable and confident in my body during the day and when I wear clothes and when I go out. Being self-aware actually helps me with my dysphoria because it'll help me understand how I feel that day. I don't know if any of that just made sense. Do you still feel comfortable wearing bras? I mainly wear like sports bras, and some days I wear no bras, but it really depends on how I feel. I can't unfortunately wear binders, as I said in a previous video, because I have stomach issues and my stomach cannot deal with like anything tight on my abdomen, or I get this like horrible stabbing pain in my stomach for the rest of the day. So what I'll do is just wear a tight sports bra, wear a normal fitting sports bra, or wear no bra, and those are my options. But I do not like underwire bra. Like I cannot stand underwire bras. But I mean, if I have to wear it for something, like, you know, for a job, then I will. How do you manage not feeling any body shame about fluctuating weight loss / gain? I struggle with it. I can't really tell you because I do feel upset with myself when my weight fluctuates, but I'm working on getting better and retraining my thoughts so that they're more positive about my body. It definitely takes time, but I think I've just accepted the fact that it's always gonna do this and it's normal. And the only thing that's making me think that it's not normal is society, body standards, social media, seeing people's very thin bodies on social media, and that's just not reality. And I know that their bodies don't always look like that too. It's impossible for your weight not to fluctuate. I've also been listening to my body more. Like, if I'm bloated for some reason, I look into it more, and maybe it's something I'm eating. Also, paying attention to maybe being bloated helps me figure out when my period's gonna come. Ooh, this is a good one. How do you truly feel about your journey living in the public eye? Is there anything you'd change/regret? Well, honestly, like, I'm not really that in the public eye. Like, most people don't really know me. If you're in the queer space on YouTube, you know me. And if you're like in the actors from Toronto space, you probably know me. Whenever I put content out there, I have to be more careful with my words and make sure I'm always spreading positive messages. I'm always like triple checking the content that I post to make sure it like aligns with like my message for the world and like what I want to put out there. So it definitely requires a lot more like introspection. It's also hard because you have to deal with like hate and criticism. I'm not good at dealing with criticism, even if it's constructive criticism, but I need to learn to like accept the constructive ones and actually help myself using the constructive criticism. I've actually stopped looking at comments under videos that have a lot of views, for example, or TikToks that have a lot of views. More views equals more potential for hate. It's not for everyone though. If you want to get into this industry, you have to be the type of person that can handle it, because if not, it can really break you down. You mention your mom sometimes, but not your dad. Are you still in contact with him? That's a good question. A couple other people actually asked about my dad too. I haven't always had the best relationship with my dad. We haven't really been super close. My parents are divorced and my mom had custody of me growing up, so I mainly lived with my mom. So that's probably why I talked about my mom more. But I am slowly getting closer to my dad, and that's really nice. There's been a lot of drama in my family, let's just say. It hasn't all been smooth sailing, but I am working towards forgiving people, being open to other people's perspectives. At the end of the day, you only have one family, and if you want to have a good relationship with them, you have to work on it, and you have to communicate well, and you have to tell them that they mean a lot to you. That was really deep. Deep. Yeah, no, I'm in contact with my dad. I probably see him like once every few weeks. Interesting question. Why did you break up with your ex? I didn't break up with my ex. My ex broke up with me. There were a lot of different reasons. Honestly, I haven't really had like a definite answer about this, so I can't really tell you, but I think there was just a lot of things that we weren't like seeing eye to eye on. We weren't vibing. I don't have any negative feelings about him anymore. And yeah. And to answer the other question that was like on the right of me, no, we are not in contact and we don't really talk. But I did recently just get back in contact with my other ex, Daniel, and we are on good terms now. No pressure to answer. Do you have any interest in hormones or gender affirmation surgery? No, I honestly don't see myself getting gender affirming surgeries or hormones. Like I said, I'm learning to find confidence in my body as it is. I don't have like dysphoria to the point where I feel like I need gender affirming surgeries. I know it can make people feel a million times better and a million times more confident. So if you want to get hormones or gender affirming surgeries, go freaking nuts. I would just say do a lot of thinking on it and just make sure you are 100% sure that you want it and you're not gonna regret it later. That's my only tip. As a gender fluid person, do you feel like a man sometimes? No, I wouldn't say I feel like a man, but I do experience gender envy about men. Like sometimes I wish I could look like that. Sometimes I wish I could pull off the clothes that they pull off. I envy like their physique and their muscles, but I've never wanted to be a man. And the last question, how are you feeling about Christmas and seeing your family? It's gonna be the first year I go to my grandma's grandparents' house without my Nona being alive. So it's gonna be really hard in that way. But Lauren's coming up with me. My sister's gonna be there. My mom's gonna be there. My grandpa's gonna be there. We're planning a bunch of like fun snowy activities like snowshoeing, sleigh rides, and tobogganing, and hopefully building snowmen and stuff like that. And I'm really excited. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be cool to have like Lauren there along with like most of my family that usually shows up to Christmas. Everyone loves Lauren, as they should. Literally, like anyone I introduce Lauren to, they love Lauren. Thank you so much for just like being here with me on this journey. I love you guys so much. I really mean it too. I really appreciate your support, your endless comments, likes, views, DMs. Here's a hug. And I wish you all the best. I love you. You are valid. You are beautiful. Mwah. See you in my next video.